This could be applied for books. This could be top 10 lessons from Wolf of Wall Street. This could be a Hollywood trending thing, right? So this could be what top 5 controversial things Kanye West has ever done in marketing, right? So same thing. Here are the top 5 things Kanye West has done in marketing. Can you take these 5 things, link it into a sales process, and how it can be applied for an entrepreneur to get more attention, lead sales done, right? So now we've got a Kanye West piece of article that is trending, that is interesting, but also it's relevant to us.
I know, it's a little bit of a clickbait, leaked, exposed. Let's face it, it's 2023, and if you don't have these type of titles these days, nobody's gonna pay attention. Now in this video, it's gonna be very, very different from all the videos I put out there. It is indeed a private and confidential video. This video was a private in-house training that I did for my content team. There was about 20 plus people in attendance where I walked them through how to utilize AI beyond just, hey, ChatGPT, help me create an ad on Facebook on topic name, right? We're gonna go deep because let's face it, the question I'd like you to think about is if you had 100,000 of the most brilliant people, writers, creatives, artists at your disposal that's gonna work for you 24/7, what are you gonna be doing? Right? Some people, they're utilizing it to write a blog post. Right? Don't be a dumbass, right? This whole video is to teach you how to not become a dumbass and to show you how to fully leverage all of the different tools when it comes to ChatGPT, the different prompts to really maximize it. Because by the end of this video, you're gonna see exactly the entire brief from my team, what's expected of them, and how to really make the most out of this tool that we have at our disposal. And I can tell you one thing, this video would not even have been released if not for my corporate client who pays us $100,000 a year. They actually asked us, or he actually asked us, how are we training our team when it comes to AI, when it comes to content creation? And training their team, in order to train their team, we actually sent them this video on what it is that we did in-house. So at the end of that session, he said, man, you gotta be able to share this. And if not for him, this video wouldn't even be released. Anyway, with that said, hope you enjoy. Let's begin.
First thing I want to be able to cover is the master prompt. As some of you may know, at the event, for those who took action, one of the bribes we gave them to incentivize them on taking action by issuing this challenge to do one of those 5 things was to unlock the master prompt, something I've actually never revealed before. I think it was a great bribe that really incentivized people to take action. Now, I wanted to be able to walk you through why this prompt is an amazing prompt that is going to significantly help you guys when it comes to prompts. So as I always mention, the output that you get really depends on the input and the quality of the prompt that you put in. But sometimes thinking about the right prompt in ChatGPT could be tough because sometimes you need to think outside the box and be creative about that prompt. So one of the things that I did was I'm going to paste this prompt over here so that all of you can just copy and paste it somewhere in your Microsoft Word. And I'm just going to show you how to utilize this as part of what it is that you do on a day-to-day. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to ChatGPT and I'm going to paste the same prompt that I gave you guys over here. Okay, so let me just walk you through why this prompt can help you on a day-to-day and is really going to do the heavy lifting. Okay, so notice what I'm saying here. I said, I want you to become my prompt creator. Your goal is to help me create the best prompt based on my needs. Okay, so this prompt will be used by you. You'll use the following process. Number 1, the first response will be asked to ask me what the prompt should be about. And I'm going to provide you my answer and we will improve it by continuous iterations. Okay, number 2, then based on my input, you will generate 3 sections. Number 1, how you can revise the prompt. Okay, and this prompt should be clear, concise, and easily understood by you. Number 2, suggest on how to improve the prompt. And number 3, ask me any questions in order for that to get more information to improve on the prompt, right? And we'll keep repeating this process until I'm happy with the prompt. Okay, so now ChatGPT says, yes, great, I'm going to help you create the best possible prompt. Okay, what would you like to prompt you about? So imagine right now, let's take an ads done for you client. Okay, so sometimes you might not know what type of prompt should I put in when I get a request on writing a Facebook ads for somebody who's a chiropractor. Okay, so I would start off with like, here is the prompt. okay? Help me write a Facebook ad for a chiropractor. Right now, typically, this is like the most basic of all prompts, right? It's shallow, there's no depth to it. It's just help me write a Facebook ad for a chiropractor. Now, when I do this, okay, so what will happen is revise prompt, okay, suggestions, define target audience, blah, 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 blah. Okay, questions, right? Who is this set of, what sets apart this chiropractor apart, okay? So number one, I target athletes, okay? Who is the staying in Vegas, okay? Who's the target audience? I'm just gonna put in health and fitness, okay? What type of specific chiropractic services? So let's say I put in acupuncture, okay? What is the website? For now, I'll just put in not applicable, okay? It doesn't matter. Okay, so notice what happens now is it gives me a revised prompt, okay? So now it's like, help me create an ad for chiropractor offering acupuncture services targeting athletes staying in Las Vegas who are interested in health and fitness, okay? Now it gives me more suggestions again on how to improve the prompt, okay? And now there's more questions over here, okay? So are there any type of sports or type of thing that you specialize in? So let's say I'll just put in CrossFit, okay? Then number two, what's the unique approach to acupuncture for athletes, right? So let's say I put in traditional herbs, okay? And then number three is, are there any promotions? So let's say a free consult, okay? And then number four, I'll just put in whatever website, okay? So I just put in not applicable now. Okay, so notice right now, by answering this question again, it has got now a much better in-depth prompt, right? Offering acupuncture services specialized in working with CrossFit athletes in Las Vegas who's interested in herbs, yada, yada. And then it gives me more suggestions. And again, it continues to ask me more questions. Is there any specific herbs? Are there testimonials? Your site, right? And this will go on indefinitely, right? Until it becomes more and more and more specific until you're actually happy with the prompt. So now, let's say I'm happy with the prompt now, okay? So what's gonna happen is I can create a new chat, okay? Because I don't wanna mess up that prompt. And now I am going to just paste it over here. So now I have an in-depth prompt or output based on in-depth prompt, right? CrossFit eggs, acupuncture, get a free consult today. Are you chronic or chiropractor? So now the output is different because I've got specificity that is based on structure that OpenAI understands a lot better, okay? So for those of you, whether you're utilizing AI on a day for content, whether you're utilizing AI for anything really, and you're thinking about, oh, how can I go beyond the basic prompt of help me write an article or video script or whatever Facebook ad, this is something that you can do to really improve the quality of your prompts, even if you don't know what prompt to put in. Okay, so that's one. I think that this is really going to help those of you, especially if you're running ads done for you. It even teaches you on how to create better prompts. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is, so based on that, if you think about it, what's very powerful is you can really apply that in anything. It could be our social media strategy, it could be writing an article, it could be a carousel post. So one of the things that I talked about at our last event is how do you use AI so that it's creative, but it's still original and it doesn't sound like a bot, right? And there's still thought leadership in what it is that we do, okay? So a good way is to compile, customize, and make it creative, original, okay? Now, what does it mean by compile, okay? So what's very powerful about this is when it comes to AI, compiling just means taking or summarizing something that's very complex out there and just compiling the information, okay? So imagine that right now, compile means I can go to a new chat and I say, compile the top 10 lessons from Greek philosopher Plato, right? So right now, ChatGPT is giving me top 10 lessons from Greek philosopher. Now, if you take a look at this, chances are it's deep, it might be somewhat technical, it might be interesting, but hard for a person to really understand what it means as well, okay? But that's step number one. So now you've got top 10 things that would have otherwise taken a typical person months to understand and compile, okay? Number two is to customize. Customize just means, can you link these top 10 lessons to entrepreneurship and how it can be applied in a sales process, right? To get more leads, profit, and sales. Okay, so notice what I'm doing right now. It's like I'm customizing it so that it makes sense for our market, okay, which is basically sales process. Because on its own, importance of friendship, philosophy king, importance of education, a person may not necessarily see how it helps inside a sales process. Okay, and that's what we need to do, customize. So step number two now, it's like in the context of sales, right? This is by emphasizing the essential benefits of offering, right? We need to be able to differentiate ourselves from competitors and to attract more customers. So this allegory of the caves, right, is in the process of converting prospects into customers. So basically, we want to be able to move them from being unaware and having it, them being seeing what the offer is about from a clear, compelling way. Okay, so if you think about this, now it's customized to what it is that we do. Now, make original. What does that mean? The powerful thing is when we repurpose this in social media, make original means we can take this. So it's like the front cover of this IG carousel post would be like top 10 lessons or 5, right? You can just choose 5 out of 10. Top 5 business lessons from, or top 5 life lessons from Plato and how it can be applied in your sales process. So they swipe right or swipe left, then here it forms. And then like one-liner, right? So you can ask them to customize it to one line again so that it fits into a carousel post. So that could be my next prompt, right? Can you fit it inside a carousel post? But now it's like we're not just putting content out there. It's original, it's thought-provoking, it is deep, it is meaningful, but most importantly, it's not just a random thing, right? We're always linking it back to sales process. And the last part of the carousel post will always be to open a free 14-day trial account in the sales process, right? So now it's like all of our posts, there is some sort of call to action, but we're leading with value or education or entertainment. So this is just from a philosopher, right? This could be applied for books. This could be top 10 lessons from Wolf of Wall Street. This could be a Hollywood trending thing, right? So this could be what top 5 controversial things Kanye West has ever done in marketing, right? So same thing. Here are the top 5 things Kanye West has done in marketing. Can you take these 5 things, link it into a sales process and how it can be applied for an entrepreneur to get more attention, lead sales? Done, right? So now we've got a Kanye West piece of article that is trending, that is interesting, but also it's relevant to us. So this is going to involve AI prompts from content team, sending it to the graphics team, and then having this scheduled so that we can actually see leads and sales and results from this. In terms of the scheduler, I think that what will be very powerful is to lead with example and actually put it inside our social media planner so that we can actually show people this is what we do, especially when we do our future events. Because I think that based on our last event, that was kind of like the number one thing that really locked people in.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the behind the scenes to this coaching call. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below what your biggest takeaway is. And as always, be sure to smash the like button. It does help the channel out a little bit. And to subscribe to this channel if you want to be notified of future videos just like this one. Now, some of you asking me, how can I be part of this process? How can I ask you questions? How can I have you coach me or mentor me? We want to make sure that we are working with the people that's the right fit. You'll need to fill up a form. There's a link right below this video. Somebody on my team might give you a call to interview you to see if the right fit for each other. And if you want to apply and see if you're a good fit, then all you need to do is click on this link in the description box below and my team will be in touch with you.